Your fears come up for a reason. They're not coming up just so you can push them down or deny them or avoid them or get lost in them and then wrapped up in the spiral of fear that keeps you really afraid to reveal yourself or to take action. It could be fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of not being safe, fear of not having enough, fear of not being enough. There are thousands of fears that the mind can really easily latch onto. And generally, the fears are a result of either past experiences from this life or another life, from what we've been told, from what we've seen, and inherited fears from the ancestral line, from society, really, from many karmic imprints that we've received, either from our own experiences or ancestral experiences have been passed down through the lineage. And we don't always have to know why the fear is there. What we do have to do, however, if you truly want to own your sovereign power and align with the truth of your soul, to embody your divinity, this requires that when the fear rises into your awareness, that you do not push it down, that you go, oh, I see you. I see the fear. So acknowledging the fear is primary before you can do anything else with it. Because if you're just pushing it down, you're keeping it subconscious and it's unconsciously ruling you and your choices and your behavior. So this is beautiful that your fears are coming up. And they're particularly coming up right now at this stage of where we are astrologically and with the shift humanity is undergoing into a new paradigm, so that you can release the old fears that have been perpetrated on us, particularly those on women, in order to reclaim and own the power of who and what you truly are, not what you've been told that you are, not what's been expected of you, not what you think you should be experiencing and who you think you're supposed to be. So you see the fear, you go, oh, okay, here you are, beautiful. What is the emotion under this fear? Is it anger? Is it grief? Is it anxiety? Really tap into, where is this fear in my body? Where is this fear? Maybe you just feel anxiety and it's in your chest. Maybe you feel something deep in your womb. Maybe you feel this like anger underneath the fear. Notice. It's beautiful information. And by doing that, you're tapping into the energy of the fear and where it's located. And then sit with it and ask, is this fear my soul's truth? If you contract in response to that, it's not. If it is not a fear that you want to carry with you in your life, in your relationships, and your choices, and your behavior, then you have the opportunity to say to the fear, I see and I'm willing to see the ways in which you have served me so that I can pull my power back from this fear by aligning with the truth of who I am and choose differently. So what can I then remember? Because so much of this is remembering. What can I then remember that is my soul's truth to tell myself and to feel when this fear now arises? So let's work with a specific example. This could be a fear of speaking your truth, because I know for me, that's been a really big one over my lifetime, because I know that in many past lives, I was killed for speaking my truth. And so it created this visceral reaction in my throat, an actual blockage when I tried to speak, and I just couldn't get the words out because there was this huge lump. And I'm here to speak my truth. in my writing and in my teaching and with my clients. And so when, I'll use this in the I perspective, and you can see how you relate. When I had that fear of speaking my truth, I could either pretend it wasn't there and not take any action, not speak my truth, or do it in a way that wasn't clear within myself, or that just kind of called to me the fears that I was afraid of. Or, all right, I'm afraid of speaking my truth. So let me really sit with why. What is underneath this fear? Okay, one, fear of rejection. That if I speak this deep truth, this person is not going to accept me. They're going to reject me and they'll leave me. And then I had to sit with, is this my soul's truth that I am willing to negate my own inner knowing, my own truth, and reject myself in order to avoid the rejection of another? Is that actually my soul's truth? No, because my soul knows my worth, my value is not contingent on receiving the acceptance or approval of another. And so then the work becomes aligning my actions, my choices, and my feeling state to this new remembrance of who I truly am, which is already worthy, which is already divine, which is already powerful, by accepting, loving, and refusing to abandon any part of myself. And with that comes the capacity emotionally and energetically. And there's a lot of work with the core, particularly around this, and the heart that I do with a lot of my clients on a really deep energetic level, particularly as women. Our core has been, we've been separated from the power that lies within. I'll say that. So then the work becomes really aligning to this new truth in every moment, because the more that you do this, the easier it becomes, but it can feel uncomfortable at the beginning. And so use your fear as fuel. Use your fear to drive you into deeper levels of self-empowerment. This is ancient feminine wisdom. And this is the key to your sovereignty, because they can only use fear against you if you feel fear. So if you do not allow the fear to rule you, you pull your power back, you decide for you, you claim who you are, you stand in your sovereignty, you stand in your truth, you stand in your power. And this creates the capacity to experience freedom on every single level of your life, in every single relationship that you have. It shifts how you show up from this day forward. I hope this is helpful. Feel free to leave any comments or questions below. Jessica Falcon, The Path to Sovereignty. Face your fear, use it as fuel. So much love. Bye.